Everyone thought Clarissa Monroe was a grieving widow until a body was found buried in her garden. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a trail of lies, murder, and a woman who used tragedy as her deadliest weapon. On January 12, 2016, Brookhaven's emergency dispatch received a frantic 911 call. The Monroe residence was on fire. Flames had already consumed most of the first floor by the time firefighters arrived. Neighbors stood outside, watching helplessly. One of them described the scene. She was standing there barefoot, trembling, screaming his name. Michael, Michael. We all thought it was just a horrible accident. The fire was extinguished within 45 minutes. Inside, the body of Michael Monroe was found near the staircase. The coroner ruled it a death by smoke inhalation. Clarissa, still dazed and coughing from rescue attempts, was treated for minor injuries and released the same night. Within days, Clarissa became something of a local symbol of tragic resilience. Candlelight vigils were held. Churchgoers delivered hot meals. The local news ran a story titled, "When Tragedy Strikes, Strength Rises, the Clarissa Monroe Story." But quietly, Detective Jamie Caldwell started asking questions. Caldwell noticed what Clarissa wasn't saying. No questions about the investigation. No concerns about Michael's autopsy. No inquiries about insurance follow-ups or funeral logistics. Instead, she seemed focused on appearances. One of the firefighters, speaking anonymously, reported that Clarissa was strangely calm after the blaze. Another claimed her nightgown didn't smell of smoke, odd for someone who said she ran through a burning house. Then came the insurance red flag. Clarissa had taken out a $1.5 million life insurance policy on Michael just 62 days before the fire. That wouldn't be suspicious alone, except she had insisted on doubling the payout for accidental death. Clarissa's history unraveled quickly. The woman known as Clarissa Monroe didn't legally exist until 2012. Before that, she was Claire Jensen in Oklahoma. Before that, Karina Meadows in Texas. Her original name? Dana Keller, born in Springfield, Missouri. Her past read like a collection of unfinished novels. Each alias came with a new backstory. Each one ended in tragedy. In 2007, her roommate died in a gas leak in Texas. Payout: $210,000 from a renter's insurance policy. In 2010, her fiancé drowned during a camping trip in Oklahoma. Payout: $400,000. In 2013, Michael Monroe's first wife, Rebecca, died of ovarian cancer. Or so Clarissa claimed. In reality, Rebecca had vanished without a trace. Michael Monroe had been seeing a therapist named Dr. Ellie Navarro for the last 6 months of his life. Navarro initially refused to comment, citing patient confidentiality. But after a subpoena, her notes were released to investigators. Here's what Michael said 2 weeks before the fire. "I feel like I'm losing time. I wake up with bruises. She says I'm drinking in my sleep, but I don't even like alcohol. I think she's slipping something in my food." Navarro encouraged him to leave Clarissa, but Michael was hesitant. He was deeply in love, or rather, deeply manipulated. Her entire persona had wrapped around his fears and insecurities like a snake. And the next session? He missed it. That session was scheduled the day after the fire. The break in the case came from a neighbor, Mrs. Landry, who reported something odd. Clarissa asked to bury a time capsule in our garden a while back. Said she didn't want to ruin her own landscaping. Police, now fully suspicious, brought cadaver dogs. They unearthed the body wrapped in plastic and duct tape. Dental records confirmed it was Evelyn Booker, Michael's mother, reported missing in 2014. And inside the same makeshift grave, A wedding ring, later confirmed to be Rebecca Monroe's, Michael's first wife. DNA samples on the ring matched a bloodstain found beneath a floorboard in the Monroe house. Long hidden beneath layers of new carpet, Clarissa had installed just months after marrying Michael. She had erased these women not just physically, but socially, erased their existence and replaced them with new stories. She killed them and then lived off the sorrow. When Clarissa was arrested, her home was searched. In a locked drawer in the attic, police found a handwritten journal, part diary, part ledger. It documented names, events, deaths, and reflections. One chilling entry read, "Pain makes people soft, and soft people don't see the knife until it's already in them." Another read, "I don't kill for fun. I kill for freedom. There's a difference." She detailed poisoning Michael with small doses of antifreeze weeks before the fire. She described practicing her crying in the mirror. She referred to Evelyn as a dead root I needed to pull out. The ledger also included bank account numbers, insurance policies, and coded symbols, suspected blueprints for more crimes that never happened. Clarissa's trial began in August 2019. The courtroom overflowed daily, locals, journalists, and even amateur criminologists who called her the new female Bundy. The prosecution painted her as a social chameleon with a scalpel for a conscience. Clarissa showed no emotion, even during testimonies. She occasionally smiled, as if the whole thing bored her. The defense attempted to plead insanity, claiming Clarissa suffered from trauma-induced dissociation. But that fell apart when the prosecution played audio from her jailhouse confession to a cellmate. People want to believe women cry because they're broken, but some of us, we cry because it works. The jury took less than 45 minutes to return a unanimous verdict. Guilty on all counts. Clarissa Monroe, born Dana Keller, was sentenced to life in prison without parole at Shakopee Correctional Facility. She never appealed, never spoke publicly again. To this day, 3 of her former identities remain linked to unsolved deaths in other states. Cold cases are still being reinvestigated. One Brookhaven police officer said it best. She didn't use a gun. She didn't strangle. She didn't stab. She wore your trust like a veil and then poisoned you from behind it. Clarissa once wrote in her diary, "Women, like me, don't kill out of rage. We kill because we've learned that life only listens when it fears us." She wasn't loud. She wasn't messy. She didn't leave blood trails. She left memories and collected life insurance. She was the kind of killer no one suspects, because no one ever thinks the grieving widow is the one holding the match.